this dude just say?
I know you are, but what am I?
Oh, yeah!
Don't worry, nobody's listening anyway.
And your mother was begging Barack to stop.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Got a big ass mouth.
I'm not talking about Fox News.
That's who you listen to, though.
That is a flat-out lie.
That's a flat-out lie.
The Outcast Podcast, where diversity meets hilarity. A white guy, a brown guy, and a black guy walk in to do a podcast, and this is what you get. The Outcast Podcast. Critics agree. It's the white-knuckle thrill ride that'll have you at the edge of your seat. Rolling Stone raves. They're unstoppable. A force to be reckoned with. New episodes drop weekly. Stream it on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Watch weekly live on YouTube. The Outcast Podcast.
It is hump day, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be humping around right here on the Outcast Podcast. What a show we have lined up for you. We've made it more than halfway through the week. 5-day work week if you're working for a living like most of us do. You're halfway through, and we're going to try to get you over that hump here on the Outcast Podcast. Let's introduce you to the Outcast. This is where a brown guy, a black guy, and a white guy walk in to do a podcast, and this is what you get.
That's what they say.
Our brown guy, he actually looks a little browner today.
Brown, still brown.
What's up? Mighty Mike is our fill-in brown guy today. How you doing, bud?
Good, man. How are you guys?
We're all doing pretty good. It's good to see you. Me and Mighty Mike hung out this weekend.
Yep.
I didn't know that 60-year-olds still went out and had a good time and jammed, but we went to a house party, and they played house music. I guess that's what you do at the house. You play the house music.
Oh, yeah.
And I was surprised to see that there were older people there jamming, which was nice to see that old people still get out and have a good time. Not saying that you're old or I'm old, Mighty Mike.
Yep.
There were some older people there.
There was. Married couples, too. Looked like it was a good amount of them, I would say. I saw at least 10.
And a lot of people knew you, Mighty Mike. You were like the mayor of the house party. How did everyone know you? You're like in the scene.
I've been Mighty Mike for a long time.
Yeah, I see that.
I
was a well-known DJ on radio. That's the way it is. That never changes. Yeah.
Yeah.
They know that name better than they know my real name, to be honest.
Tell us what that house scene means to you, because it seemed like I haven't really been that involved in the scene, but I went out there and I could feel a lot of positive energy. But explain why you're so in tune to what that house scene is.
Well, it's not really that it's in tune as much as it's part of an underground music culture. And the guy, Derek Carter, is one of the originals, the Bellevue 3 from Detroit. And so that's so Derek Carter, Juan Atkins, these are the guys who labeled and coined the name house music and Funk Master Farley. And so that was one of the original innovators of house music back in the late 70s and 80s. That guy actually doesn't even tour in America. He actually tours in Europe. And so if anyone is interested, Derek Carter in particular, you'll see that guy doesn't even tour in the States anymore because he gets paid big bucks in Europe. And so that was the reason why that was there. It's not that it was anything special in particular. It's just that Derek Carter in particular, that's someone you don't see. It's kind of like you want to go see an artist that's dying, or he's 80 years old. You better go see him before he's dead. That's kind of the same situation. That's a player who's been a player for 3 or 4 decades now. And so that's what that meant, really, is a bit of nostalgia, a bit of history. That's what was going on there that maybe you didn't realize while you were there.
Yeah, it was a good time. I just
want to know, where was this house party? Because
it was at a mansion. Like they call it a mansion party.
Well,
I don't,
it
was probably a
That's a relative term,
house.
Mansion. But I mean, I guess a mansion in Fort Myers, but it wasn't a Naples mansion. But yeah. But I mean, it was a nice location, beautiful on the river. It was nice. I mean, and they've had a few. They've actually had some big names there. In the DJ world anyway, in the hip hop DJ world, the equivalency would be Jazzy Jeff. That's what these guys are in the house music scene. For house music in particular, Tiesto would be a trance one, right? But that's not who was there.
Right.
This predates that kind of individual.
Don't feel bad, Memphis. I didn't get an invite either, and I had to work for the person who was there.
Nobody got an invite. In fact, just so you know, I actually paid.
I paid too.
He paid. We actually paid, and usually we don't pay. I mean, being how DJs are. We don't usually pay to get into these events.
Because we're all broke.
Well, it's not so bad because I was DJing on the beach, so I can't
well, there you go. Yeah.
You was good.
You wouldn't want to pay the 50 or 65. I think it wound up going up to 75 the day of the event.
I was getting paid.
Oh, yeah, you were getting paid.
Yeah.
That's
what I'm talking about.
We were losing money.
Well, we have Mighty Mike filling in this week. Unfortunately, Ramo lost his older brother, so...
Oh, man, I just found out about that.
Man.
We send
Sorry, Ramo.
Love you, boy.
Send our condolences to Ramo and the Ramo family. We do have Memphis on air here. He's here today. What's up?
What up, man?
Memphis.
What's the word?
Always showing off that Vols love.
Representing, man.
You been good?
Yeah, I'm straight. Yeah, I'm good, man. I had a lot of crazy shit going on in my life, but I ain't finna talk about it right now.
Oh, let's talk about it. We have a whole hour, man. What's going on? Please tell us. What's the problem?
No, there's no problem. I mean,
it's good stuff. Tell us the good stuff.
Good stuff. I mean, idiot. I found my sister.
Where was she?
Like I have a baby sister. Like this is the shit like I'd never talk about unless you like know me. But so I'm the oldest out of 7, 8, I think. Yeah.
You think?
No, I used to get the numbers mixed up, but it's a lot of us. But I'm the oldest out of everybody. So I have a little sister that I hadn't seen since I was like maybe 8 years old, 9 the most, but no older than that.
Did she run away?
No, she didn't run away. She left with her mom. Her mom moved, and they moved to Iowa, which was what we were told. But anyways, we was always looking for her and couldn't find her. And then 2 weeks ago, she found one of my other sisters, and so I'm like really excited about that.
So you're gonna see her soon? You're gonna see that?
Hell
sister?
yeah!
Nice.
I have to get everybody together. That's
one
thing
pretty
about
cool,
being
actually.
it is. But the one thing about being the oldest is that like literally everybody looks to you as the example. Which for me, how I was raised was that protect your mom, be brothers and sisters and shit like that. And you got to be the one to make sure shit go. Because I've been an adult since I was a child. Like that's a lot people don't know about me. But that's another story. But anyways, I got to get us all together so we can all get together and stuff like that because time is short. People are passing away.
Yeah.
And she's back in our life. I already lost. It'll be coming up 10 years that we had to bury one of my other younger brothers. So, unfortunately, one's not with us anymore, but we just brought one back in the fold. So my heart's still full right now.
Let's go to Tom. Let's go to Tomcat. It's good that you reconnected with your sister. How you doing, Tomcat, our resident white dude?
What's going on, G Money?
I see that you're wearing that Wild Things shirt. I remember
Where
that
the Wild
book
Things Are. You remember that book?
Kid. Yeah. It's a good.
That was a good book. I don't know. I think I got this shirt at Target. Target's got some shirts.
Got some
Target,
cool shirts.
Kohl's. That's where I get my shirts.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't want to spend more than $20 on a shirt. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying.
Stick with Walmart then.
Walmart's good, but I don't like the Walmart shirts.
Yeah,
they're a little weird.
Yeah,
these ones fit good for $20.
It's hit or miss at Walmart.
Just go to Ross or freaking Marshalls.
Yeah, Ross or Marshalls, you can't go wrong.
You'll come up in there.
So what's going on, G?
Well, this has come down from HR here at the company at Radio Customs. We see what's going on in the government and what's happening now in the White House with Elon Musk and doing his performance reviews.
No, tell me.
It's come down from corporate that it's time for us to do a little more optimization in our podcast efficiency here. So I'll start with you, Tomcat. I'd like to know, Tomcat, if you don't mind, we're doing a little auditing here. What is it that you do here?
What is it that you do here?
And what do you bring to the table, Tomcat? Please.
I like it. 5 things. All right, so this
I
comes
didn't say
from
5 things. I just said tell me some things.
Oh, well, they put it up on the screen. Is this coming from the Doge thing where you have to say 5 things?
Yes.
They sent out an email to all the government workers.
Right. Please reply right now and give me 5 bullet points of what you've accomplished.
Well,
in the last week, please. What have you done?
This week, I uploaded Lazy K's mixes to the website.
Nice job.
Yep, did
That's
that.
one thing.
Produced a bunch of songs and released them. out on Apple and Spotify.
What does that do
out.
for the company, though? That sounds like more of a you thing.
Well, I also put some of those instrumentals that I made into the Audio Swamp folder, which we're using for our website. So there's that goes to that.
Okay, good.
So I produce a bunch of music, so that's 2. And then I upload our show to the website when we're done with our show. So I do that. I worked on practicing the guitar. That's helpful. Also uploaded all the hip hop stories to Shaq Fu Radio and tag artists and get them to retag themselves and then promote all our DJs.
Okay,
for
it's
Shaq
starting
Fu
to
Radio.
get boring with all the work.
And then I DJ'd. Oh, well, that doesn't have to do with us. Well, that's 5 things.
All right, now on to Memphis. TK, you get to keep your job.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Memphis, unfortunately, this isn't my decision. This has come down from HR, but we need to know what are 5 things that you've accomplished here for the company in the last couple of weeks, because we're, maybe cleaning up the budget.
I got you. That's fair. It's fair,
What have you been doing?
Being awesome. Being awesome.
Okay, well, at this point...
that is a thing.
Being awesome. Listen, a fucking idiot. My awesome keeps all our listeners smiling, or I make them feel emotions one way or another.
I can sell some of my people to her right now to a chick.
True story.
All right, anything else? Because I'm taking these notes and I'm going to be
that's all.
sending them back to HR.
Listen, if awesome ain't enough, then I ain't for you.
All right, now when it comes...
Get a haircut.
Now, Mighty Mike, you passed the test because you're just, part-time.
Right.
You're just here today.
Yeah.
Oh, how you getting all up part-time my ass? You got to go. Listen, no.
Now, with Ramo not being here, that's going to be a bad mark with HR. Even if there is a death in the family, I wonder how they're dealing with deaths in the family now. Is Elon, you think he's really cracking the whip?
He's cracking the whip.
What are your thoughts, Mighty Mike, on this Elon Musk going through the federal government and wanting to know, what the hell do you do around here?
Well, I mean, I don't think he's not even he's not even a government employee. Let's start there.
Okay. What else? What if he's saving us money, us taxpayer dollars?
Well, that would be great, but I mean, I think he's actually charging. He says, I read some other independent reports. They say they saved so many billions of dollars, but apparently they've only cut so far, and that's whether or not those jobs actually stay cut, because those are pending lawsuits. Because the way they were cut by a person who's not authorized to cut them, and plus there's most of these folks belong to unions. That's like going to the police department and saying, well, I'm just going to go out and cut all the people at the police department half, and they have a union, and that prevents that kind of stuff. So, but I believe he's also charging. They say they're doing it free, but Dodge is charging close to, I think, was it $10 million? I forgot what they billed. You'll have to pull it up. I shouldn't comment because I don't know what it is, but it was millions a week.
Yeah.
And apparently, I thought they were doing it for free, which is why he's not an employee. So, are they subcontract? Are they employee? And why are they getting millions of dollars? So, I don't know. Not enough information to really talk about, I guess.
There's conflicting reports. I've seen where he's saying he's saving us billions of dollars, and then some people are saying that it's millions of dollars. Tomcat, what have you been hearing with this Doge, and are they really going to help save taxpayer dollars?
No, tell you.
Hell yeah, they're already cutting shit tons of waste that they're finding of programs that were crazy ass programs that were sending money overseas to all types of different countries, just millions and millions of dollars for shit that we don't want to be spending money on. So they've slashed a bunch of that.
I know they also slashed the funding to Ukraine, and I don't know. I mean, it would be nice. I heard
it would
one
be
time
nice. I think
Trump said that he was going to send everybody $5,000. I mean, that would be nice if they save all that money and they trickle it back into the economy. I don't think anybody would have a problem with getting a $5,000 check. But talk is cheap,
Well, right. There you go.
Send us the money.
Right. Show me the money.
I would rather they use the money to balance the budget, right? Because balance the budget, it's going to kill us. And then let us have some taxes off. Like, we don't pay taxes next year. Or Get rid of federal income tax and just have it be based on we tax other people who buy our goods. So it's federal. It's not the internal revenue service. It would be the external revenue service. So we're taxing other people instead of ourselves.
I guess it's still too early to tell, really, if you ask me. You know, I mean, I say we got a new president in there, give him a chance, and let's see if he can save us money. And he's shaking everything up. That's what people voted for him for. His supporters wanted to see him shake things up. Memphis, what are your thoughts with Elon being in there? He's the richest man in the world, so I guess maybe he knows a thing or two about money, or is he taking the money and benefiting himself? What do you think?
Oh, man, I think it's fucking hilarious is what I think. It's fucking hilarious because Americans are stupid. That's just what it is.
We're stupid, do you think?
Americans are stupid, yeah, because this guy's like, yeah, people are just fucking stupid. This guy has no official title. Like, no clearance, nothing at all. Nothing at all. And it's literally calling shots since he bought the election in the first place. And now he's playing with people's lives, millions of people's lives. And people that support that guy, who lets that guy do what he wants, is not going to understand it till it really hurts them. And it's hitting home. Like, a lot of people, it's funny, people cut their nose off to spite their faces, but I mean, hey, it's not my fight to fight.
Now, we haven't heard from you, Mighty Mike, on this particular topic, but in the Elon topic, I know a lot of people, including Dirty Red, who fills in a lot for Memphis, and we seen Dirty Red at that house party. By the way. He was there. That was a surprise. But what do you think about the Nazi salute 2 times in that speech that he gave, where some people say he was saying that it's coming from his heart? Some were saying it's Nazi salute, no question. What were your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, you know, you don't know, you can't sit there and assume what people are thinking in their head because nobody here can read a mind. However, what I will say is that you just look at his past, what he trends, what he likes, what he dislikes, who he supports, and then you can make your own assumption from there.
All right. I know you also brought up this Medicaid cut. The House and the GOP have a new budget plan where they're proposing significant Medicaid cuts. They say they want to reduce spending by $2 trillion over the next decade and implementing a $4.5 trillion tax cut.
Yeah.
And it says here that potentially it could affect 70 million Americans that rely on Medicaid.
Correct.
And what do you think? Do you think these benefits? Do you think they need to be looked at?
Well, I mean, I think Trump indicated in the beginning he would not touch Medicaid or Social Security. In fact, the only thing he said he was going to help cut taxes for the elderly who get Social Security, which they should not be paying taxes on Social Security benefits anyway, because that's the money they put into the system. That's not really a social program. That's a program where people are wanting to get their money back after paying 40 or 50 years into that system. So that's money that belongs to them. So they shouldn't not have taxes anyway. But I think the point is that he said Medicaid and Social Security would absolutely not be touched, and yet apparently they want to kill $880 million from Medicaid, which supports children and old people.
I have concepts of a plan.
So Medicaid is when you're over age 60-something. I forget what it is. That's when you get Medicaid. So when every one of us are in our 60s and we don't make money anymore and we're getting our pension, if you have a pension, or your Social Security, Medicaid is what pays your health care. Otherwise, you're in the street. It's pretty simple. So this is pretty much will affect everyone. If you don't have $1 million and are not earning pensions of $30,000 or $40,000 a year, insurance costs right now are between $8,000 and $13,000 a year for one single payer. That's the premium.
That is so true.
So right. So if you're getting $1,300 or $1,200 in Social Security a month, which is what the average is, every fucking penny is now gone because you now have to cover your health care, which means you don't eat. So what is it? You don't eat or you get health care.
Either way, you die.
Either way, you die. So this is bad or bad, and I'm pretty disappointed that that's what they're going with that. So I that's out of anything on the news, that's probably the worst, most egregious lie so far. You know, maybe they'll change it, maybe something will happen, but that's pretty bad for the elderly and for kids, because that's what Medicaid is for, the elderly and children.
Well, I don't understand why people are so surprised, though. I just don't understand why everybody's so flabbergasted. Like, it's a shock. I mean, they told you. I mean, literally told you up until November 5th when we voted, I think it was.
Yeah.
They literally told everybody what they were going to do and how they were going to do it. Remember, I mentioned Project 2025 a lot. And everybody thought it was just full of shit until here we are. And it's like, wait, that shit actually was real. We tried to tell you. So now, yes, it got to hit home now. It has to, because there's no turning back. There's no turning back until you got to get him out of office. And that's like his term.
Well, it looks like we still got
and so
three
we got a
more
long way to go.
Well, I mean,
and you got midterms coming.
Once if it gets approved, and once it's approved, that's the way it'll be over the next 4 or 5 years. And so those folks will suffer, and that's the price they pay. I actually don't feel bad about it, because me personally, I'll be okay because I make good money. But those who are suffering the most, in the southern states in particular, which probably a lot of them are his voter.
Well, I think this much. I think the red states should better hope the blue states don't stop paying federal taxes, because they can do that. They can just pull all their funds, and those states that talk bad about California and Michigan and New York State.
Well, those states shouldn't be paying for the southern states anyway. I don't know why. I know they do, but they should.
Doge is trying to eliminate waste in the government. That's what they're trying to do.
I think Doge is okay if they can do it, but they're not transparent. It's the problem.
Money from kids or old people.
Well, that's not Doge. That's the budget vote. That's not Doge. That's the budget vote from yesterday.
Well, there shouldn't be a such thing.
But Doge is the person that is going after Medicaid. They're the ones that are cutting back on the staffing.
No, it was the Congress who proposed that budget in the House yesterday.
Well,
I don't think it was Doge.
Here's the question.
I wouldn't blame that on Doge. That wasn't Doge. That was
what the hell
Congress.
is like Doge is not even a real thing in the first place. Like,
they're the ones that are cutting back on the fraud and abuse. They're the ones that are making everyone move on all this shit. They're the catalyst that's
they're the ones who are
this.
they're the ones who are looking to find it.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay,
none of this happens without Doge.
We've all been alive for a really long time. Like a really long time.
And the healthcare has sucked my whole life.
And it has. It has. Listen, I'm a black man in America. Trust me, you ain't got to explain to me.
Yeah.
But what I am going to say is this. There has been no such thing as Doge. I mean, we've been alive since the Reagan administration. Some of us might be before that.
There have been departments of government efficiency before. It just wasn't.
We've never heard the term Doge. We've heard Doge a long time
What is
ago.
wrong with cutting back on the bloat of government?
Well,
cutting back on the bureaucratic blob.
There's nothing wrong with. My opinion is there's nothing wrong with it, and I actually hope that they do find stuff. The problem is that they put this guy outside of the government, and there's no transparency. So
there's tons of transparency. They're talking to the fucking press all the time. They're being extremely transparent. If you want to talk about no transparency, that's the last administration, no transparency.
They don't have no transparency, right? There's no proof.
I don't think that's true.
Where's the proof that he saved?
They're saying everything they're doing. They're telling you everything they're doing.
Where's
all I know, the price of eggs are still going up.
Where's the evidence is what I'm saying. They are.
The evidence for what?
They are going up.
The evidence of finding the fraud.
Gas
so
still
if
going
as
up.
they're cutting it, they're saying what they're cutting.
Right.
So you should be able to follow a money trail. I mean, I don't have access to the money trail, but they do. They can see if the money's getting cut.
The jobs they cut, that you'll see. That you will see. But what they're saying is they're fraud in certain agencies.
Hell yeah, we know that.
Well, there is fraud somewhere, but you got to show where.
That's
what they're trying to do. They're going through each one, and they got these fucking super geniuses, big balls.
You have to follow.
And they're
the
using
money.
AI to find where the waste and the fraud is.
You got to follow the money. Here's the thing.
You do have to follow the money.
To show it. You get because in as much as what they say they're doing, which I don't believe it. You got to be a fucking idiot if you do. You have to show it because people want to know because this is everybody's money. Because this is your money too. Like it ain't just.
It's everyone's money. I agree.
So you play a big part in it. So if something's being cut, you like, you know what? Well, I need to see it because I don't trust your words. I believe in actions and what it shows. Like, prove it to me. I'm from Missouri, so you got to show me.
Right.
Like, I'm not gonna fall for the okie doke. Like people, like, and people try to justify it, which is the most hilarious part. But for me, like I said, there are a lot of people that are not doing well. I do well for myself, but most of us in this room do well.
Right.
But we not that well enough where we like.
Don't we want these guys to succeed?
Well, yeah, of course. So here's the point.
Are we rooting for these guys to succeed?
But here's the point. Here's the point. When they say we found $200 billion in fraud, and a analyst comes out and says it was only $2.3 billion, it doesn't matter if it's 2.3 or 200. But the point is, you got to be exact, because if you're going to be exact, they want to cut that in the budget as a refund in taxes. So you can't say, well, we found $200 billion and therefore we can go ahead and cut $1 trillion in taxes, when the reality is it was only 2.3. That's my point.
That's a good point.
You can't be loose when you're coming with the money, because what happens is if it's wrong, guess what? Trump last time added $8 trillion to the federal deficit. Okay, and a part of that was a $2 trillion
and a part of
tax
that was
cut.
COVID too.
And a part of that was COVID. Okay, so there was a lot of things that happened. Not all that was his fault.
I never agreed with those stimmy checks at all. Anyway,
the point. Well,
but there are a lot of poor whites in the red states that wanted them, boy.
Spent it. I sure did.
They
saved it.
They spent it.
And this the thing of $5,000. Oh, they salivating at their mouth. They can't wait. They praying.
Look, I'm the first.
I'm the first.
I'm the first to get. I just got hit with a tax. Saying 2021, I owe $12,000. I pay high taxes, so I don't like the IRS. I don't like the taxes. However, I'm reasonable enough, okay, to understand that taxes provide. If you want to look at a government that doesn't have taxes, just go look at Somalia. It's ran by gangs. Haiti has no property tax.
But we didn't. The United States didn't have an income tax until late in the game.
I don't like. Well,
we didn't have an income tax.
They didn't have an income tax, which is why they had pretty much gangs back then and shootouts and everything else.
Here
in America, yeah. The Western,
we still have that now.
Lawless. Well, the lawlessness was everywhere, and so basically that's why they had these big posses, right? Posses, and then they had sheriffs
on Broadway.
Right.
Let me stop.
So I don't want to get too off on that, but I'm saying my point is, I don't like taxes, but I do realize the purpose of it, because we have schools, we have roads, we have safe. Generally, I can walk out here today and walk down the street and not be robbed by gangs for the most part.
All right, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Let me hop in real quick.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
All right, I don't know where y'all went to school or anything like that, but this is stuff that they've taught us in middle school and high school. These are some things that you guys should automatically know.
Yeah.
You guys should automatically know how government works. You should know the 3 branches of government. You shouldn't have to use a cheat sheet, chat GPT. And this is some stuff you should know, because we all grew up in the same area.
Since you know it, what is it?
I am not here to teach you.
Oh, yeah.
I'm here to lead you to the water.
That's right.
I'm going to lead you to the water, because
we're doing a show here, though. You should be teaching people. That's
because
part of your responsibility.
No, because
I think he's right. Everyone knows civics. I think we understand that.
No, this is the problem with society. People want somebody else to teach you something. No, how about you learn it for yourself? Because people want to be patriots and independent. Information is still free for a while because they banning books and all that good stuff. We know they've been doing that. But they want you stupid. Like, they want people not to learn on their own. Like, put the computer down and open up a book. When was the last time anybody read a book?
Right.
You don't have to. It's all on the internet now.
But forget.
I just bought a new book today.
I read one this morning.
I just spent $70 on a book today.
You can still go to the library.
Tom
still got
Walker.
libraries. You can get a library card. Read a book. Read a book. We had to read books. We didn't have this shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I
You
said,
just cut a big old burp, Mighty Mike.
It wasn't me.
It's supposed to be as a tool.
Right.
A tool.
Right.
And now it's making a bunch of tools.
Right. Well, like I said before, you don't like things, but things are necessary because it's how we live generally safely within our country. So we can't just cut here and cut there, because everything that we do today is a consequence for tomorrow.
And most of these people making these decisions are old folks, and they know they're going to be dying soon, so they don't really give a shit.
Well, they don't really care about the future. They don't give a shit. They don't really care about the kids, the future generations. They really don't, because if they did, we would not have close to $30 trillion in debt.
You can hear them old folks. I really fucked up my kid, but oh well, I'm out of here. They'll figure it out.
The baby boomers don't give zero. They talk about how great their generation was. No, they're the most selfish.
And you got our generation, Gen X, who's supposed to be in the generation to get it right, And we fucking up just as much. Generational
True.
curses. Look at that all around.
Yeah, it's true.
God
All right, well, let me teach the audience about the branches of government. There are three
Here we go.
branches of the U.S. government.
The
They're-
executive, the judicial,
Yes.
and the legislative.
Yes.
Did you look that up?
You are correct.
Oh, you should know it.
Do you
I'm
know the
high five,
responsibilities of the legislative branch?
The most important responsibility of every three of them is to keep their power in check. Let's start there first,
All
so
right.
that there are no kings and no dictators. Let's just start
We
there
we
first.
never had a king in this country.
That's right, but there's a
Never will.
reason why, because they check power of each other. Anyway, go ahead.
The legislative branch, they make the laws. The executive branch, they're there to enforce the law. And then the judicial branch, they're there to interpret the law. It is a wonderful
basically,
thing.
The president, the
You
House
forgot.
and the
You
Senate,
forgot one
and the
thing.
Supreme Court.
You forgot one thing.
What's that?
They make the laws, and they also control the purse.
Which branch?
Legislative. You said they make the rules.
They make the laws.
They make the laws, and
they also declare the wars, too.
Yes, the
well,
House and
they're
the Senate.
supposed to, but they haven't. They haven't. Actually, presidents have been doing every one of them, from Obama, Bush, all of them. But anyway,
That's true.
They approve the budgets. The
they
legislative.
approve the project. They have the power of the purse. Correct. I just wanted to add that because
Not the power of the puss.
No.
And
that's your power.
Some of them.
The executive branch can appoint judges as well.
That's true. Which is why.
And they
our Supreme
also
Court-
the executive branch works on the foreign policy kind of stuff.
Yep.
They sign the vetoes.
Yep.
And then your judicial branch, they can strike down laws if they want. They got all the fucking juice.
starting with the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
Checks and balances, you got to have them.
Checks and balances.
That's what I'm saying. My whole point is like, man, that's why I say Americans are stupid. Because people, the generation behind us don't want to learn, and the generation behind them are fucked. Our generation knows better, and we fucking up everybody behind us. So it's like, people are stupid. They're stupid. I don't care how anybody feel about it either.
All right, let's move on to our next topic. Let's talk about something a little
Let's
more
do
fun,
it.
like
Yeah.
like infidelities. I love a nice.
Oh, we have lots of that.
Here we go.
Yes. It's even happened in the White House, but this happened. I was told about this by one of our producers. Jordan brought it up. This is Steve Smith Sr. He is a Hall of Fame wide receiver who had a lot of great years with the Carolina Panthers. I guess he cheated on his own wife to bang some other dude's wife. And when the other dude found out that he was banging his wife, he decided to take text messages, voicemails to the internet, because why not? We're already in a bad situation. What do you say we make it fucking worse? And so that's what took place. If we could, let's bring up some of these text messages. So this was the guy that had his wife bang Steve Smith. I mean,
That's
hey,
Steve Smith.
he is a Hall of Famer. I mean, maybe the wife wasn't getting Hall of Fame dick from you, sir. So he had to get some from a true Hall of Famer. But these are the text messages. Let me see if I can read them. It says, "Take me deep down your throat, like you kind of like. You wanted to suck me off.
Wait to have your cock in my mouth.
I did. I would have gagged on it, but it had come home. It's hard for me to read these. You enjoy it. You like it. You like to feel it. I like feeling it deep in my wet hoo-ha." See, I don't understand. I don't understand why people want to put their
So wait a minute.
information out there.
This is
like
from
that.
the guy to the girl?
So this if
Or is this
I'm
from the
correct,
guy to the guy?
This is from the football player who's banging this guy's wife. From
Yeah.
him to the wife.
Okay.
And this guy's mad, so he puts it out
Oh.
to out them, and also
Revenge.
some other like pictures that he sent. Yes, he's pissed.
Yeah.
Hey,
So he's like, all right.
I would do it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As
screw
long as
you.
you ain't putting like, if it's like sex out there, because then that's revenge porn, and you'll go to jail for
Oh,
that.
if you put if you put a dick pic, I'm putting that out there too.
Use a
Oh, you can't do that
All
because
of
you
it.
go to jail.
No,
So we
I
don't
know,
want you.
I
We don't
know,
want you
I
to
know,
go.
I know.
But you can put everything else out. That's don't. But I mean, you know what, man? People fuck.
And I'm gonna put a
people
picture.
fuck
Put a picture of somebody else's small penis and say that's the one you sent.
Yeah.
Send that one. It won't even be the right one. It'll be a little
So
fucked up,
it-
shriveled up,
people be
sideways.
Shriveled up
penis.
People be
sideways.
cheating and then try to justify it. Like, stop it. Okay, like
So it
This
looks,
is the picture
it
he
looks
sent.
like this guy was going through his wife's phone, and then all of a sudden she's like, "Oh shit!" He's like, "Oh shit, my wife is cheating." And as he's scrolling, he sees, I know who this guy is.
Wow.
He's a Hall of Fame football player. Then the guy decides to go to the internet with all this information. Do we have voicemails? I guess there's some voicemails. Too.
One thing I was reading is this guy is a member of the band on the team, and so is she. She's on the band too. They're both on the band. Now apparently
what team?
She plays his team. The team
he doesn't play anymore.
The orchestra band?
She plays the skin flute.
Oh,
No, I'm not kidding though. But both of them play on the team's band.
Right.
The Panthers got a band? I didn't know NFL teams had bands.
Yeah, and Steve Smith doesn't play for the
Look,
team anymore.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm reading the story
It's the
here.
train band.
Yeah, like Steve Smith been retired.
The train.
He's in
Listen,
he's in the
social
Hall of
media
Fame.
user ex-Raven star had affair with his wife, who apparently is on the team's marching band. That is a headline.
Really? Wow.
What
on
site
Fox
is that?
Sports.
Wow.
Fox Sports.
I'm just
That's
saying, I
weird.
didn't make it up.
Huh.
Oh no, I'm not. That's weird, dude.
Yeah.
Anyways, like, yeah, man.
She was playing
You know
that
it's
flute.
foul.
She was.
It's foul when you having sex with somebody else's spouse. You know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause you know what you're doing. You know what I mean? You know what you're doing.
She's playing the flute.
Seen her back there doing the trombone. He was like, I got to meet that chick.
And working the two cowbells.
Let's roll the voicemail. I'd love to hear this. It's getting juicy. Roll it.
Hey, yo, Steve.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you've been fucking my wife, bro.
Ooh.
What you gotta say for yourself?
Not much.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
That was a nice thing to say.
Well,
Sorry.
That was
You
a
fucking
very
knew she was
sarcastic,
married.
I'm sorry.
You're not a fucking idiot, man. You're fucking Steve Smith Sr.
Yeah, it means he's got a big cock.
No, it don't.
That's terrible.
What kind of dumb shit was that?
Sorry.
Steve doesn't have.
Why are you quiet, man? Be a fucking man.
Come on, Steve.
Come on now.
Say something, Steve.
Sorry.
Well, he's kind of in the doghouse. I mean,
What do you say?
yeah. What do you say?
But the awkward quiet, like just hang up.
Steve.
Well, it was some good tang. I'll.
Well, at this
Well,
moment,
don't worry, dog. I'll just put some work in tonight.
She
Click.
may need some anal bleaching. I'm gonna say.
Nah, see, listen, man.
I'm coming over to put some work in tonight,
see,
dog.
you know, people laugh. Some people probably kikiing about it right now. And you know what? That's how people get killed.
Well, that's true.
That is
Listen,
true.
like, no, I want people to understand this, right? Because I know a lot of people live in La La Land and they see shit on social media and they think shit is not real. Let me explain something to you, folks. People get murdered there are people that will not come on the other side of those walls or in the dirt right now because of shit like that. This ain't an awe moment. Don't play with me. This is trying to save somebody's life because somebody could be in this situation right now and could tomorrow not be here. This ain't nothing to play with. If you gonna fucking cheat, if you marry, you gonna cheat, bitch, just divorce the motherfucker. Because you could cheat on the wrong motherfucker and they will kill you.
Yeah.
Like don't play
happened.
like that. This is real life. So if you can't control, like, if you want to fuck, then fuck, just do it. But be single.
What did the wife have to say? Is there any words, any vocals,
You
any?
know, I was thinking as he was on the phone with Steve, where the fuck was she?
Where was she? Did he approach her?
Got a big ass mouth.
What's Steve Smith's wife? What's she talking about now? Because she, it got her like. Can you imagine her?
She got a mouthful of wood. She can't talk.
Oh no, hell no. Oh, bro, she finna get half his money. he fucked up because guess her homegirl's like, girl, you hear about this? What your husband did? And she like, what the fuck?
You have to like when there's a guy coming right in your face and he just sits in there and delivers it.
Woo!
That's a slippery slope, baby. Hey, sometimes it's all,
You gotta love it.
Look at this guy.
Fellas, watch where you put your dick, man.
Yeah.
Watch where
Hey,
Yeah.
life's too short not to stick your dick in crazy.
Yeah.
Remember that.
Remember that.
You know what?
Have a good time out there.
You know what? These guys, I don't get it. Just go pay for it, man. Why would you mess? Right.
You already fucking around with your wife.
Maybe he didn't know she was married.
Oh, no.
Oh, come on. No way. Nobody can be that ignorant. I mean,
Listen.
he's Steve Smith, right?
What's this ring over here?
Here's
I don't
what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna call BS on that because when he found out who she was, we live in a social media day. So what you do? You look up somebody on Instagram.
Oh,
or
is this
whatever.
her?
And
Is that her?
and
Is that her?
You
We
look
have
up,
found her.
And if you found her, guess what? You'll probably find her husband too.
Is that her husband?
Why do we keep showing?
Who's that
Who's that guy?
That's Jeff Van Gundy.
That's the dude that's banging her.
No.
That's the guy.
Not the guy.
There she goes. Okay.
I can't read.
Is that her right there?
Scroll down.
Scroll up. What
There
did
she
it,
She's got a nice rack anyway.
what did it say about Van Gundy? It said somebody said Steve Smith Jr. Sr.
Who's this guy?
cheated on his wife with Jeff Van Gundy. I can't unsee it.
Okay, that's just weird. Somebody talking
That's
shit.
not real.
That's somebody trolling.
Hater
Yeah.
report. It says
But
at the top.
so that's her. So she gonna get fired because she gonna lose her job at the Ravens. So whatever she did there, she gonna
She
lose
got a
her
big
job.
mouth at least.
Yeah, she might as well get that OnlyFans popping. Go ahead,
Mm-hmm.
get it
Got a
going.
big ass mouth.
Yeah.
This does fucking.
Perfect timing.
All right, let's move on to our next topic. Let's keep it rolling. It looks like Trump wants to turn the Gaza Strip into maybe some strip clubs and casinos. Do we have the AI video?
I have not seen this yet. Yes.
This, I guess, is a bizarre video.
What the fuck is that?
Let's roll the tape. So this is the new Gaza Strip. This is what it looks like now in 2025.
This is going to be awesome.
This is what's next.
This is fucking pitiful.
Come to Trump's Gaza. Looks like South Beach. Elon enjoys it.
Was that women with beards? Was that a tran or a man?
I think that's a trend.
I like the statue.
Trump's trans.
Fucking.
Are you kidding me?
He's in
Trump
there with
Gaza number
Netanyahu,
one.
fucking in the pool.
With their shirts off.
generated shit.
Two fat asses.
Who put
That's
that out
from
there?
that's from Truth Social. It
I
looks
got to
like.
sign up for Truth. I keep forgetting.
Oh my Lord! What is going on? Who? What? He couldn't have done that. There was like two guys in belly, women with beards.
There they are.
Can you go back?
Is that Joe Jones?
Are you kidding
Those
me?
are dudes
It is
with
Joe
beards.
Jones.
Those are dudes with beards.
Well, at least you know what the answer
The
now.
trans for Trump.
Trans for Trump.
Hey, they're inclusive, bro.
This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever
I don't know if
seen.
those they're allowed to be.
You can't
I
unsee
wonder
that.
who
We
he-
saw that, dog. We
Is
saw
that is he promoting it or is someone trolling his ass?
Where'd you find that?
No, he
picture?
put
Who-
that
who
out.
found
He
that?
put that out.
Who
on
put that
Truth.
out there?
Trump.
Someone trolled. They gave him that. He thought it was cool. They
So
trolled.
he put
They
that
trolling
out there?
him. I can't believe that.
Wow.
We got one more Trump story
That's
here.
funny.
Classic. That's classic.
Trump, love him or hate him, he's
That is
definitely
funny.
good for a headline.
Oh, he makes me laugh. Actually, I crack up sometimes.
We have another headline here from our president. It says here that rumors are circulating about a mysterious gold card. This is going to grant VIP privileges to elites.
I saw this.
And speculations are out there on the card's benefits. There's like legal immunities to where you can walk around with these gold cards and break the law, kind of like Diddy did for a long time. till he
Free
got
rub and
caught.
tugs.
Yeah. Who decides who gets a gold card, and where can we find out what this is about? We do have something. Go ahead and roll the tape if we have it. Roll it.
We're going to be selling a gold card. You have a green card. This is a gold card. We're going to be putting a price on that card of about $5 million, and that's going to give you green card privileges plus. It's going to be a route to citizenship. And wealthy people will be coming into our country by buying this card. They'll be wealthy, and they'll be successful, and they'll be spending a lot of money and paying a lot of taxes and employing a lot of people. And we think it's going to be extremely successful.
It's like the fast
No, we
pass
don't
at
need
Busch
Congress,
Gardens. Boom.
I know,
Come on.
This guy has to be trolling because if there was any seriousness in this, do you know the murder rate in this country is going to skyrocket?
Why would somebody paying $5 million for a gold card increase the murder rate? You think?
Because
They could be gangsters. They could be drug
They could be anybody. And then on
dealers.
top of that, so you mean to tell me
from Colombia? They
so-
could be
really.
Let me ask you this: as an average red blooded
Yakuza.
American, how do you feel about that? So that
I mean,
means
we don't want
somebody
we don't want
privileges to
Chinese
you,
coming
who
here
were
buying
born-
land.
We can't
And
all
they
talk
already
at
Wait,
once.
we don't want Chinese people buying land here because we have a law against that. We have to sign a disclosure as realtors to make sure they're not from the banned countries of Cuba, China, Russia, and a few others, right? There's an actual document.
Chinese people buy land here all the time.
They're not anymore. They can't. They can't.
Since when?
I mean, he would
Since
know.
they just passed that recent rule. It was like about a year ago. And so they can't. In fact, I just had a lady that
would have been when Biden was president.
It just came in. Well, they passed it, but it just came in. They don't. Well, they don't. They don't want Chinese nationals that from China buying land here. So my question is, because that rule, if he was to do that, this is a logistical question. If he was to sell that to Chinese nationals who can't buy, what rule would be in place? The anti-communist country rule or the
Let me
gold card?
Let me give the facts on this. It says here.
It's interesting. It's not a real thing yet.
It
but
says here Chinese citizens can buy real estate in the U.S. There is no federal law prohibiting foreigners.
No, it's a Florida law.
From purchasing real estate. It does say some states like Florida, Texas, and Oklahoma.
There's a few states, like 4 or 5 of them.
Florida, Texas, and Oklahoma. There's 3 of them.
Smart.
Have passed laws restricting Chinese. This is it's not the whole state. It says here it's just restricting Chinese citizens from buying property near military bases.
Smart.
Or critical infrastructure.
No, it's for Florida. It's the whole state. The whole state.
All right, well, that's not what the internet says.
In particularly next to bases and some other stuff like that too. But it had to do with, I guess they said that some of these people belong to the Communist Chinese Party and they're buying land here. They're buying up our stuff. They buy up our debt. They're buying up our land. And it was supposed to be a federal law too. I guess they never passed it, but states did. Many states did. Including
you
ours.
You have to think with China too, because
I'm not against that. By the way, I think
China's not going to let you buy any land there. So why would we let people buy land here?
I don't want them buying
my
land
point.
there.
My point is that card. That the whole purpose of that card. It's kind of like the U.S. What is that? There's a immigration. I can't think of it right now. But anyway, there's an immigration plan that if you spend at least $1 million, you can come over here on a visa. And then you become part of this thing, and you have to have so many jobs and so many this and so many that, and that it grants you a visa. I think that expired recently, so it just sounds like actually that immigration visa 5 plan or something.
Let me ask this question.
But there are other countries like Canada and Australia. They have restrictions against people buying in their countries. So
that's the whole purpose, because you don't want people from other countries that could be. Criminal element, they could be. There's a lot of things they could be.
Or even take it even further, as an American citizen, like you want to buy a piece of that land for yourself. You don't want nobody else coming.
Let me tell you this. Canada, if you have a DUI, they don't want American citizens because they know most of them are drunk.
Yeah, this is true.
You came with a DUI, and now, but if you have $5 million and you could be a criminal, you could be part of the cartels or whatever. You just give them $5 million. You just come on in. I mean, I don't know.
You paying $5 million to have more of the American experience than the actual American, because they can literally do what they want, basically, and they got more rights than you. As a white man in America, that should be infuriating. I don't understand why this is even brought up. I really don't, because.
They just want. I understand what he's doing. He's trying to get money. They're trying to get money.
This is a distraction from something else.
Well,
this is a distraction.
I think it is a distraction because I don't think it's really feasible. But they're trying to get money from tariffs and raise money from different ways. Now, I get it, but it seems like it's not really well thought out. I guess that's my thought on it.
They don't have.
How many $5 million can you sell to? So divide 5 million into 1 billion, and then divide 1 billion into 1 trillion, okay? And then go from there. How many cards can you actually sell to try to make up for budgets or deficits logistically?
That would literally turn this.
I think that's the reason, right? That's the purpose, right, Tom? You think that's the purpose of it?
Well, it seems to me, again, it looks like they're trying to develop an external revenue service.
That's my point. That's what I'm trying to get at. I should have used that word.
So
external.
much money from out places that people from other countries that have to pay to come here.
And I'm not against
pay to do business.
I'm not
here.
against that, to be honest. I'm not against that. But the reality is, again, how many, right, when you look at our budget and what we spend, because we deficit spend, which is why we sell debt. We live off of debt every year.
China owns a lot of our debt, too.
That's right. That's the whole purpose of them not wanting real estate. They already own the debt, the loans.
Own the debt. But here's another thing.
I think that they've also gone so far as to infiltrate our government with people that they want to do things that are beneficial for China. which is why I'm happy we have somebody that's fighting back against China. You know,
Right.
China is definitely trying to take our fucking lunch for sure.
But then China's also good buddies with Putin, right? They're doing war games together. They got their own BRICS, their own thing.
Not only that,
but yet now we want to buddy up with Russia. So are we going to buddy up with Russia so that Russia can give us all the information to China?
End a war, to end a war where people are dying by the thousands every day.
Here's what China's doing because, since you brought tariffs.
There's no continuity in that.
China's like, all right, well, them in Mexico talking about shit right now, real time, like not making this shit up, real time, because China's looking at like, well, the United States is gonna fuck up. This is a saying. This is actual saying. A country or a nation cannot be destroyed from outside until it's destroyed from within, and the United States is literally being destroyed from within. To where now you had your allies ain't fucking with you. The people who had to fuck with you, but they really don't want to, now they ain't got to mess with you no more. Now you got more enemies that you can deal with. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I think it's the opposite. It's the opposite of that.
And you've pissed off
You've
pissed off all your friends, all your NATO, all your Democratic NATO.
That is not what is
TK,
happening.
what's happening then, TK? What is happening?
American strength is back on the table. What is happening is all of our allies are looking at America again, saying America is about it again. America is on the stage again. We're not backing down, and we're making smart decisions again. That's what I see. I see our allies. I just saw the French president like licking fucking Trump's shoe. You know what I'm saying? Yesterday, he was going crazy. He was all over Trump.
The French
Macron.
president literally checked Donald Trump in real time.
Yeah, he did. He actually said, no. He even put his hand. He even put his hand on his.
Donald Trump. We saw
and he
that.
says, no.
Everybody saw that.
We're not.
We're
not doing
that.
that.
That guy.
He actually did that right in front of him.
They looked like they were having a blast to me.
Well, I mean, it partially, but then with a few things that Trump said, he was like, no.
America,
we didn't agree to that.
America is not on the decline. It was on the decline, but it is not now. America is a vision. It's an idea. If the people in America believe in that idea, it can't be defeated. If they don't, it can't.
I have to challenge that because there are a lot of developed places in the world I've seen with my own eyes that would say differently. I would also challenge that because there are a lot of people who come to this country thinking what you just said because they have that illusion, and then they get it like it is not, and then they go home. So I don't think anybody who hasn't been outside the United States.
I've been outside the United States.
But I'm talking about on a consistent level. I mean, like going to Europe, over in Europe, going to Australia, going to the.
When you go to different countries, you see things differently.
If you don't do that, you can't do what? Have an opinion on anything? Is that what the end of that statement is?
Educated one, no, because you don't have you don't have the
Well, I'll
experience.
just sit here on the podcast then, since you're paying me. I don't know.
You got it's
I'll make something up. I don't know.
You got to have experience. You can a person
Memphis
have
is smarter than you because he's got.
I know because he's walked through a city that makes you so much more intelligent. There's a difference between wisdom and knowledge. Walking through a city ain't going to give you wisdom.
I've been to 43 countries on
that
my
ain't going to give you wisdom.
I know a whole lot more than you do.
That is not wisdom speaking right now. That is not a wisdom.
Well, let me explain
That
this.
doesn't sound like wisdom.
How long is the flight from LAX to Sydney?
All right, let's move on again. I will say that.
Thank you.
I'm hoping that Trump is on his way to having peace in the country, in the world, really, because there is a ceasefire right now in the Middle East, which is good. And I'm happy that Ukraine and Russia and the United States are talking about bringing peace. Hopefully they do. That's what I'm hoping for. Peace on earth. Peace on earth. Isn't that what we all want?
Yeah.
All right, it's now time to go to Tomcat's not-so-good news. Tomcat, what do you have lined up for us today?
News time, Gentry. It is February 26th, and spring is here. Some historical events from February 2026. 1993, the World Trade Center bombing. I don't know if you remember that. That was the first World Trade Center bombing. A truck bomb exploded in the parking garage beneath the North Tower of the World Trade Center, killing 6 people, actually, and injuring over 1,000 people.
That was on February 26th?
That was today?
That was today, back in 1993.
I remember that. I didn't know the date, though. Wow.
1917, the first jazz record drops. The original Dixieland Jazz Band records Livery Stable Blues, marking the first ever commercial jazz recording. 2013, a massive asteroid buzzes past Earth in an uncomfortably close distance, which is crazy because that just kind of is about to happen here now. 1935, Radar is born. 2010, Canada takes hockey gold, and that kind of is like what just happened with Canada and the United States. The entire country probably lost its collective mind when Canada defeated the U.S. in the Winter Olympics thanks to an overtime goal by Sidney Crosby. 1983, Michael Jackson's Thriller hits #1, and we were just talking about Michael Jackson Thriller on the other podcast.
Oh, wow.
The greatest selling album of all time. 1932, the birth of Johnny Cash. Ba-ding, ba-ding. Today is National Tell a Fairy Tale Day, National Pistachio Day, National Personal Chef Day. Wouldn't we all like to have one? National Bacon Day. Yeah.
I'm for that.
Except unless you're Muslim. I don't know if this driver was sober when this lady was run over. This is my first story. Baltimore prosecutors will not pursue felony charges against the driver of an Amazon delivery van that struck a woman in Butcher's Hill in a hit and run.
Ouch.
This the video?
Yes.
What?
The lady is now under the van.
I heard her screaming.
Yes.
How the hell she get under
He
there?
stops, but then he keeps on going. He pulls forward again.
Wow.
Badoop, badoop.
Holy. He didn't stop?
Nope. Jerome Allen Young, 26, faced a judge Monday morning, was released on his own recognizance. The victim fell in a marked crosswalk while trying to cross the intersection of Chester and Pratt Streets on February 18th.
Moly.
The charging documents state the driver got a green light and then just ran her over, hitting the woman twice. The charging document states the driver got out of the van, spoke with the woman, saying, "How'd you manage to get hit?" The driver then got back in the van and drove off.
What?
The driver did not help the lady.
What kind of drugs are these people on?
What the hell?
I'll be a star in a brand new flying car. A U.S. startup has demonstrated an airborne vehicle that claims to be the world's first flying car. Aleph Aeronautics released a video of its Model 0 prototype flying over a parked car. This is real. This is not an AI video. In California, marking the first real-world test of the design
How long
concept.
is that thing?
There's you can see because there's a, expedition? What is that, an expedition?
Suburban.
Yeah.
Suburban?
Suburban, yeah.
It's crazy, right?
It looks like a lowrider.
Like Back to the Future.
Like an old Impala, 69.
Startup said it's 100%.
You see how long it is?
Yeah, it's 100% electric and has a range of 320 kilometers and a flight range of around 160 kilometers. Boom.
What is that made out
Pretty cool. Prices on the Aleph's models will start around $300,000, though a second flying car dubbed the Model Z is expected to cost around $35,000.
Beware of
Wow.
wherever they have. If you see somebody in the neighborhood with that, just beware and pray for them.
I had to catch my flight, but instead I caught this fight. Dozens were caught on camera throwing punches and kicking at Spirit Airlines terminal at the Hatfield-Jackson International Airport.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, wow, look at that. They're
This is
going
in
at it.
Atlanta.
This is Atlanta?
Yep. One person was seen
Oh,
jumping over
shit.
seats to join the mayhem
Look at-
while a group of men were
Look at
caught
that
on camera
back. Look at
this chick.
cornering and hitting another traveler.
That one chick's got a nice
Is that
ass.
Sexy Red? There she is.
Holy moly.
Is it unclear how long the brawl lasted or what prompted the violence to break out? Police responded to the disturbance and told Fox 5 Atlanta that the crowd had dispersed by the time officers arrived. Yeah, right. It does not appear that anyone has been arrested. Dang, they all got away clean.
Oh, they'll get caught because you got.
They got the
cameras
video, but they got no
cameras
faces. No face. Well, maybe on the other side.
Well,
of the
it's,
camera.
you're in the airport. The cameras everywhere.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Oh, they gonna
Welcome
get
to
it.
Atlanta where the gangsters.
Oh, y'all asses getting caught.
Popeyes. You see that Popeyes bag at the end? Ah,
They,
great.
every
I
last
love
one
it.
of they dumb asses getting caught too.
Oh,
good,
wow.
Good. Go to jail.
He was
dumbass.
put in his place with egg on his face. Chris Eubank Jr. slapped British rival Conor Benn in the face with an egg at their first face-off in Manchester on Tuesday. Oh, dang. Oh, I'd be so mad. The fight was originally so the fight there had a fight was originally scheduled for 2022, but it had to be postponed after Ben tested positive for the performance-enhancing drug clomiphene. Now check this out. However, the WBC cleared him to fight after determining that egg contamination most likely caused the positive result. Was it from the egg that hit him in the face? I don't know.
I don't know.
That's weird.
Ah.
It's off to the Fed for this cocaine. A man was arrested by the Cartagena Metropolitan Police while trying to board a flight from Cartagena, Colombia to Amsterdam after officers found cocaine under his toupee.
How the
And worse than that, people found out he was bald. The drugs are estimated to be worth more than 40 million Colombian pesos, which is about $10,000.
Scalp tickers.
Check it out,
God God damn, dog.
Check it out. It's all underneath his wig
You
here.
can't find a better damn wig than that. They like, that shit don't look real.
Wow.
Yeah. There it is.
That's the worst damn. Look at here.
Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. But they detected
Did the dogs find it?
They detected it with like some scanner machine. And they got some wild shit now.
Wow.
He thought he was a thug till he broke his mug. Jon Stewart was left with a bloody hand after he smashed a coffee mug during a Doge rant on his monologue on The Daily Show during the February 24th episode.
It would be embarrassing if it was a small drop in the bucket and that the American people didn't expect that we should negotiate for all their f***ing drugs because we've already paid for them with our subsidies. Are you f***ing insane?
So Stewart put his hand underneath the desk and quit. And I got to give it to him. He kept doing his monologue for another like 30 minute. And then there's another video of him pulling his hand up. You'll see it right here if you could show that.
It's fine.
So he did cut his hand, but he's a champ, man. He kept right on going.
Hey, that's good television right there.
Who brought him that napkin? He didn't even move, and somehow there was a napkin there. All right. This video made the techies tweak. Watch these two AI bots speak, just in case the world wasn't dystopian enough already.
Hi there. I'm an AI agent calling on behalf of Boris Starkov. He's looking for a hotel for his wedding. Is your hotel available for weddings?
Oh, hello there. I'm actually an AI assistant too. What a pleasant surprise. Before we continue, would you like to switch to gibber link mode for more efficient communication?
I don't like it.
Now, Gibberlink.
They're talking their own language now.
Gibberlink mode is actually a language that was invented by a human, and it's in order to send small bits of data through sound.
Like AOL?
But they knew to switch over to it to go ahead and be more efficient in communicating with each other, and it just kind of freaking people out watching this video.
I don't like it.
Making
wow,
people
they actually made a conscious decision
to switch over.
To switch their language.
Yes.
That's
They realized they were both AI bots and started communicating.
Wow,
this
is the most important video I've seen in a long time.
That's
is this real?
That's real. That's real.
I have to look that up later.
But this one's better.
Wow.
Now, this lady almost got cracked by an AI bot on the attack. An artificial intelligence-controlled robot in China attempted to attack some people after reportedly suffering a software glitch and stopped working.
That's what I was about to say.
See that, right?
Yep.
They had to pull it back. Look, play the beginning again. Were it not for those people pulling it back, it would have kept its attack up. Oh, it definitely was swinging.
And look at it.
It was definitely swinging.
It threw a punch?
And the way it's moving, look how it
Yes,
stands.
it definitely threw a
very
punch.
aggressive stance even when they pulled it back. Like it.
Oh,
it attacked.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, I don't like it, man.
Officials suspect a software glitch caused the erratic behavior, dismissing any intentional harm. This comes after an AI-controlled drone reportedly targeted its human operator, raising fresh concern about AI safety.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think there?
That's the news.
Yeah, see?
Be careful out there.
I know y'all like to partake
Good stuff,
in
TK.
AI and all that stuff.
That was good stuff, man. I don't watch the news much, but this just got me caught up on the most important stuff.
What did you say that today was, Tomcat? It's like a fairy tale day or something like that?
Well, it's National Fairy Tale Day, yeah.
All right, I got a fairy tale here then.
Let's hear it.
Let's see. I might need some different music.
That's good. Farquhar, Lord Farquhar.
Farquhar. Once upon a time in Mar-a-Lago, King Donald the Orange. He was bored.
The Orange.
His court was full of bootlickers and Botox.
Oh shit.
And he wanted some real entertainment. Bring me the jesters, King Donald the Orange said. He spilled a little Diet Coke and got it on his golden robe.
Ate some McDonald's.
In came Sir Tomcat the Twisted.
Tomcat the Twisted.
He entertained and roasted harder than Rudy Giuliani's hair dye.
Dripping down his face.
Then Memphis the Roaster stepped in. He was sharper than Melania's side-eye.
Cut your throat.
Mighty Mike, the stand-in knight, then showed up And
booyah!
Everyone knows he's more replaceable than Trump's campaign manager. Mighty Mike, he's good. He's the greatest. And we thank you for stepping in for Ramo today.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Thank
baby.
you, Mighty Mike.
Love you, Ramo.
And then I believe Donald Trump choked on a chicken McNugget, and the Outcast ruled the kingdom.
That was excellent.
Now that's a good story.
That is a great story.
And then Trump sucked on Elon's toes.
That's the video that they put up in the HUD Housing Urban Development.
Did they?
They did. They
Shout out
hacked
to
in,
whoever did that.
put it up there. It was up there for about 5 minutes till they unplugged the TVs and got it.
How did they get a snapshot of this for?
The people that were in there took it and put it online.
Wow.
Hell yeah! Congratulations to them.
That's.
He all in the toe jam.
I mean, that's the most disturbing thing of the video is how much it seems like he's enjoying it. He's arching his back. That's Jesus.
Jesus.
All right, that's going to do it for us. Thanks for listening.
That's tough. That's tough.
Don't worry, nobody's listening anyway.